Okay. Here we are, in the bottom right side, a blue Terran player, fighting for nobody in particular, except for himself. He is Mr. BYUN. Top left side, we got a red Protoss, fighting for the Afrika Freaks stats. Alright, what we got going? What we got going here? Just kind of scooting on out of there again. Little probe hiding some sort of a pylon here. It could happen, or he's just trying to figure out if there's something hidden over here himself. Yeah, it does look like that. Not really aiming to proxy anything. BYUN here. Nice dodge into that command center. Ooh. Well, hidden marines as well here. Surprising that adapter out of nowhere. We'll be looking to push that backwards here. To the second adapter may change the math in this one. Oh, that is unfortunate. Not paying enough attention there by stats. We'll lose that one adapt quite easily. He's gonna go for the Phoenixes here as well. It's a good call against what BYUN is doing overall, right? The Widowmine drops. Definitely something that can work out rather nicely. Alright. Charging along with the Medevac 3 Widowmines in there. Later on the Raven here, after the Medevac for the Widowmine drops. There is the first Widowmine, second and third as well. Oh, doesn't quite get the pickup there. Only two probes. I thought that was going to get worse because all the probes were still there. Mi queda seca dormida, gano cure. See. Sí, señorita. Alright, what else is going on? Phoenixes. Yeah, probably not the wisest thing to pick up. That's a long word. Alright, let me try. Cosen definitivamente mi caso contigo. Mi caso contigo. Contigo. Appreciate it, Natsu. Thank you for being here again. Alright. So, Phoenix opening here into the Colossi, into the Twilight Council. Quite a lot of stuff here being made by Stats, as BYUN, he's just kind of doing his own thing here on the other side. Getting +1, getting Stim right now. Does feel on the latest side to get that Stim upgrade here, but he does have a Raven with everything also. So maybe that will be enough. Actually, look at the aggressiveness on these Phoenixes, just aiming to take out as many Marines as possible. And getting quite a bit of value here. Oh, careful though, that's a bit ambitious. Okay, no, does get the Raven actually. Thought the Raven may be one of the better ways for BYUN to move out and get something done across the map here. Alright, siege tanks with SCVs coming through. It's quite the committed attack. 62 army supply strong versus 38 here. Could become quite a bit too much to handle. Quite a bit of a handful, as they may say. As there are 5 SCVs, when there's 5 fingers on a hand, it makes perfect sense. Alright, there we go. Siege tanks in an alright position. That's a bit of a too quick of a stim. But slowly gaining ground. The missile turrets, of course, also helping out against those Phoenixes. It's going to become a lot harder to pick up the siege tanks, which is one of the ways you can kind of deal with these types of pushes right here if you do open up with the Phoenixes. But it looks like maybe perhaps that's investing a bit too much in technology and Phoenixes. And now is this big bulk of BV Terran boys going to be too much to handle? Let's see. We have more missile turrets. Okay, Colossi now starting to help out. Bit further to the right. Okay, nice. Okay. Getting rid of the shield batteries here. That's a good call. The Marines and the Marauders right in between, tucked away. Making it difficult for the Zealots to get a lot of area damage. But so far, I mean, this is not looking as great as I thought it would go for BYUN here. Stats still being capable of getting himself quite the defense settled. It would appear now. BYUN on the run. He is trying to make his way back home again in order to stop these Phoenixes from intercepting his reinforcements. Alex Stormfist, you want to translate Natsu's sentences? I mean, you could do. I don't know if she wants to. Yeah. I think there's a certain safety she feels about me not being able to read anything here. Hi, Kosen. I came here right now. Please, what event is this? This is the this is BYUN Day. It's the X-Files. We call it the X-Files because they are previously played Alpha X tournaments or well, series overall. And we revisit them here with a fresh look. I have not seen these games myself. And we're trying to see what makes BYUN so badass. What does make BYUN so badass? So we just got a whole bunch of BYUN here today. Alright, in we go again. There's a lot more SCVs this time around. Let's see if it will be enough to break the Protoss. Actually, Stats here moving very aggressively forward. Maybe he can break this, but it does seem like a little bit dicey trying to go through that choke point. Alright, it looks like that is actually gonna be enough. GG is called. Stats wins game number 1 here. What? It's the X-Files. So it's like, you know, games that were from Alpha X events that I did not get to see yet. And I'm casting them now. Trying to, recapture some of the previous Alpha X greatness from those series. And have a good time doing so. That's the main thing. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? GG Stats, I'm your fan. Yeah, Stats is a pretty darn good player, isn't he? Alright. Let's see. Next map, Death Aura. No, I says what's because Stats win. Ah, okay, okay. Alright, that makes sense now. That makes sense now. Alright. I'm having a lot of those today. Alright, so in the top left side we got a blue Terran player fighting for nobody in particular. He is the great Micro Jackson. He is BYUN. Bottom right side, we got ourselves a red Protoss. He's fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He is Stats. Alright, lovely. Oh. Not Michael Jackson, but Micro Jackson. They call him Micro Jackson, apparently. I didn't know this myself either, but I think that is what they say. I do believe that is what they call him. He's the greatest micro machine we've had the pleasure of having in StarCraft 2. No me culpen, I don't speak English. I don't speak English. It is very difficult. Yeah, I mean, I'm a lucky man. I had a lot of Rowan Atkinson DVDs, Blackadder, a lot of English video games, stuff like this. Right? It's because, you know why that is. Why the Dutch people, you see, we don't get everything translated over. At least we didn't used to. Maybe it's a bit different now. It does seem to be a bit different now. I think kids these days are having a lot more of their cartoons and such translated into English. But, you know, back in my day, which was the early 2000s when I really was watching this type of stuff. And maybe the late 90s as well, a little bit. Probably a little bit. Well, anyway, yeah. Everything was still going on in English, right? We're a tiny country. There's not a lot of places that speak Dutch. So it's like, alright, well, do we invest money into translating this for this little country? Like pay voice actors and such like that, you know, put it all together, edit it, or should we just put subtitles underneath? And, well, most of the time it was just, you know, subtitles. Video games, you couldn't get video games in the Dutch language either. It's a little bit different nowadays, I guess. A bit easier to get your game into Dutch. But yeah, a lot of games were just English, straight up English. Or maybe that's because my cousin, right? My cousin was, you know, a little bit of a pirate back in the day. He was getting me all sorts of games earlier on, and yeah, all of those were in English as well. So I had no choice but to learn. Which I'm not that fussed about anymore, right? Probably early on when I didn't know English, that is one of the reasons why you get frustrated as a kid. But, you know, as a kid you learn, you pick up quick, right? You get the English language very quickly under control, and overall that's a good thing, I'd say. Alright, these adepts here, just kind of going back and forth, trying to figure out what is going on. The 4 Hellions coming out to play. I don't think he ever saw Hellions coming out of the factory. If he did, my apologies. I was reminiscing the olden days. But, yeah, these Hellions, I think they have gone unnoticed. Apparently they have not gone unnoticed, because there is a pylon in the wall here, going for the straight-up blockade. Not gonna allow these Hellions any safe passage. You studied German in school, but now you know more English than German. I see, I see. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Germany also a place, right, where they get a lot of their stuff translated. Germany is just a lot bigger country, so they are a lot. The same goes for France and such. I mean, these people just more of a population size, so a bigger market share to be made, and it makes it more reasonable to make those translations and spend money on that type of stuff. Alright, Hellions still not gaining any access. The front door still closed. Some stalkers here trying to find those Hellions. They will be... Ooh, great interception there. Look at that, coming from all angles. Those Hellions not gonna get anything done. Only one remains. Bad news bears for BYUN. Although BYUN does seem rather prepared for any attempt on the main and natural base here. Good snipe on that siege tank right there. Boom, 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 boom. Go to cannons. The artillery shells. Hitting hard. Yeah, BYUN seems to be holding himself rather nicely here. So far, oh, the Raven. Oh, that would have been such a massive pickoff right there. And BYUN absolutely reckless with his Ravens, isn't he? It's just like, yeah, alright, we'll just fly over here. Don't worry about it. Let me get some harassment done. That could have gone a whole different way. Awkward trading there perhaps going on, but yeah, don't like the turnaround there from the Stalkers. Actually, coming around again here. Alright, well, okay. I mean, he gets 2 more Marines, right? That's something. But Concussive Shell about to finish up. Gotta make it even more difficult for these Stalkers to have that go their way. Alright. In we go. Bit of a struggle here for stats, it looks like. Is this going to be the end of stats? He's going to lose that Colossi, right? Or at least have a rough time re-obtaining it. Big stim forward. Not even a shield battery overcharge going to save you from this amount of DPS. Oh, another interference matrix there. The Raven. I mean, this is why it's so bloody darn good. Blinking away. Doesn't want to get hit by the Widow Mine. But stats here definitely in quite a bit of trouble. Let's see, more units getting destroyed now. Yeah, that's it. There's no return here. GG is called. BYUN takes game number 2. Alright. Alright. 2 games. Going tit for tat. BYUN looking vulnerable, right? Looking like he bleeds. So we'll go into game number 3 with a clean slate. Basically a best of 3 at this point in time, of course. 2 games to be won by the next person. Will be the victor of the best of 5. Go BYUN, go. A lot of people here probably cheering for BYUN. BYUN is amazing. He is pretty darn good, isn't he? Alright, let's take a look. This map going to be Pillars of Gold. Pillars of Gold. I thought stats would have that one, honestly, for a little while there, right? Catching those Hellions, then doing that attack afterwards as well. Felt pretty good. Like, you know, BYUN not really getting a lot of stuff dealt damage-wise and getting himself into a bit of a pickle. But not the case, not the case. So here we go. Great when his injury isn't troubling him. Ah, it's true. I mean, I think his injury is troubling him always, though. Like, the injury is always just troubling him. Alright, in the bottom left side, the Red Protoss. He is a freak of freaks. Stats. Top right side, the blue Wonderkin. He is the Terran. BYUN, the Wild Man. Alright, so let's take a gander at what these guys have in store for us this time around. Will Stats get himself that quick Nexus? Will he go for the Cybercore beforehand? Is he gonna go for the proxy this time? It's not really Stats' style. Gee, Rick, it's not really Stats' style to go for the proxy, is it? No, it really isn't. Oh, boy. Alright, so yeah. Looking for the potential proxy of BYUN here. I mean, in a best of 5 against BYUN, you would anticipate somewhat of a proxy at some point in time. Being a little bit annoying with that probe. BYUN staying on top of the case though. Not going to let that command center be delayed too much. So a good start there for him. Stats still looking around for a proxy. This may actually, you know, just be a delayed scout. Waiting for the Reaper to leave the base. But BYUN being BYUN, you know, he doesn't make the Reaper. He just went straight for the reactor and then into 2 Marines, so it's always a bit different with BYUN. It's always a little bit different, and now it's like, wait a moment, 2 Marines? What? BYUN's like, yep, that's right, 2 Marines. 2 Marines, just like that. Does mean that Stats is free to go across the map here with all his gateway forces. All the one singular adept actually available here is gonna attempt a bit of well, casting of rockets, but there ain't nothing there. There ain't nothing there to do. There's too many Marines already, right? You're not going to break anything here. No denial of mining, nothing. And I suppose he's scouting, right? Scouting is the big thing here. Just trying to see what is going on. Is that factory on a reactor again? Am I going to have to deal with these Hellions? What's going on? What's your actual marine count? And, you know, that's getting some information here. Getting some overall knowledge about the whereabouts and the occupation of BYUN here. Once again, a Raven play here. Does seem to be the way that BYUN likes to do things. Just add more units that need to be microed into your army composition. That is the way of the BYUN. Third base for stats. Getting warped in. He's gonna get himself some blink play again as well here. It's a clean way of opening up, of course, in the PVT. Stim pack and +1 on the way now for BYUN. It's almost like trench warfare at this point, isn't it? But then with like highly mobile units that aren't dug in nor getting shot by artillery shells 24/7. That's an interesting blink. Was he anticipating the Raven to be there? That's interesting. It makes sense, right? The Raven was trying to intercept the observer, so it's a good effort there by stats, but you're not falling for it, it looks like. Bit of a bait being attempted. Gonna try to bait him in again here, but no. Oh, the double drop. Did he see that observer? I swear, if he saw that observer, that'd be nuts. Okay, he didn't. He's just gonna... That's funny. Alright, he just gets out of there. Feels like that army was there trying to avoid being spotted moving out. And then it's like, oh, I guess there's nothing here. But, yeah. Of course, perfectly placed observer right there. Underneath his nose. It is pushed out by BYUN here. Rather a scary one. Not that much available for the Red Protoss. The force fields, though, definitely doing quite a bit of a job right there. Holding this off for now. BYUN waiting for more units to assemble. Careful. There they are. There's the interference matrices. Shield battery overcharge really helping out though. Bio mostly focusing the gateway unit so far. Yeah, he has the backup. Matrix about to run dry, so Widowmine's doing okay. Getting some value. Immediately picking everything up. Is he gonna go for the main base now? No way. No way he is. No way. BYUN, that is ridiculous. That is bonkers. That is maniacal. That is... Oh my god, he's doing it. Alright, recall does get forced. I guess he could just pick up and leave. Although those stalkers are getting awfully close right now. Okay, yeah, only losing one medevac, and at the same time, on the right side, of course, another attack comes in. Looking for the fight right now, shooting down whatever he can. Another zealot bites the dust. Alright, big engagements here. Massive engagements here, actually. He's still committing to it. Thought this was going to end at some point with BYUN moving backwards, but he's committing continuously. Is he going to do this? This is not supposed to work, right? You're not supposed to be able to split all your units individually and then just keep fighting here because nothing is getting splash damaged and everything's getting healed up by all the medevacs that are above it. Look at the spreading going on. My dear lord, he's doing it. He's actually doing it. He's crazy. It is BYUN in a nutshell, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ludicrous. Ludicrous. Lude and... There we go. GG. Another game going into BYUN's favor. Alright. Alright. That is a 2-1 score right now, putting himself onto match point. Let's see if BYUN will be able to finish it off right here in the next one. Or if the series is going to tie up once again. And if Stats will get himself that redemption arc, perhaps. You don't see? What do you not see? Who win? Oh, BYUN. BYUN won. BYUN won, as is per usual. BYUN the winner of pretty much everything. I mean, he is quite the strong player. He is quite the tough nut to crack, you see. Were you? Is that from the... I don't know what that is from. Is that from the one thing? I don't know, actually. I know the wee. I know that one. I know that movie. I just don't know the I don't know that one. No. Match point for BYUN here. BYUN won twice right now, and Stats only won once, so... Here he is again, in the blue. He's a Terran player, and he is a BYUN. There you go. I hope you enjoy his company, because, well, in the top right side, we got a Red Protoss, who is looking to kill him. You see, he is a freak of freaks. Stats. I don't know why they don't like each other exactly, or what exactly is going on here. Why this is going on. But they are trying to kill one another, so... I guess we can just watch and you know... Try not to involve ourselves too much. Just kind of be a passive observer here. We'll be Denmark in this situation. It wasn't Sweden. Norway will be the northern countries, alright? Pretty sure it's Denmark, right? To be fair, the Netherlands also was impartial in the First World War. Also stayed neutral. Second World War, we wanted to stay neutral, but there There was a big army moving through the entire land. And, well, yeah. We could not stand for this. That's when the rebellion started. The resistance. La Resistance. Could be a story about that here as well. Maybe stats the Protoss resistance against the overarching powerhouse that is BYUN. Stargate on the way. Again, the safe way of opening here. He did win that one game, right? With the Stargate as well, so makes sense to try this again here. Twilight Council wasn't quite working out as intended. What do we have for BYUN here, though, building-wise? Let's take a look. Okay, he's once again going for the 2-1-1 here, I would assume. So, Masterclasses, the Elman. Sip en un el cole, pero no manejo muchas palabras. Yeah, sí. No católico. Not Catholic. And Senan. English Elman. Hermano? Elman? Trying to decipher Spanish is a rather difficult thing, isn't it? Mi hermano, the Elman. The ill man. Is that just somebody that... Is that the man that drinks the ill? Cousin speaking Spanish is a pug. That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Neo. I mean, your Spanish is pretty good as well for, you know, a German person. Which you so clearly are. You studied German at school, but you don't speak it much. I don't... Well, I mean, to be fair, I've learned French and German as well at school, and I don't speak either of them. Speak it a little bit. Ich haben einen... That's where it kind of ends. I have a... What will we say? What will we say here? Ich haben einen Apfel. Ja. Ich haben eine rote Apfel. Apfel. I have a red apple. Übertoll, ja. Gérald Depardieu. Le commentaire parlez-vous du minéral et ce Phoenix pour les sons ton voiture si baraque All right, let's go back to English. All right, Phoenixes are trying their best to keep everything here assembled. Nice repair there, actually, on the Medivacs. That's a clutch call. There is an attack full BYUN moving across the field here. That I'm not quite sure got scouted by the Phoenixes. It's actually moving backwards right now. Ich verstehe null einzelne Wörter, die ich lesen kann. Oh, you don't understand a single word you can't read? That you can't... I see. I see, yeah. It is difficult, isn't it? Ah, merde. Alright. What are the easy French words? Baguette. Baguette. Fromage. Couscous. Je m'excuse. Le discothèque. La discothèque. Speaking whatever language I want. That's what I'm doing right now. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Hey, we got a bunch of Marines. No, never mind. BYUN playing very passively here for this game. Not quite sure what his game plan is. Maybe just take it into the late game here. He's getting himself the Ghost Academy after all. Could be the case that he's looking to just get himself some late game army composition fights. Alright. Could be pretty darn strong if Stats is still on the gateway and the Robotech tree. Without any extra air units in here. Can become a little bit difficult. Let's wait and see. The Phoenix is of course also still taking up supply. Okay, alright. That's a lot of Phoenixes. So how many Phoenixes is that even? 8. 8. Nice. My math isn't wrong here. 8 times the amount of supply that a Phoenix is. That is 300 army supply. I don't know exactly how many it is. It's quite a bit, right? It's like 16. Is it 16 army supply? Or alright, scan, making sure there's no observers here. There was one. He's moving out right now. Stats trying to figure out where the move out is coming from. He does have a war prism in the bottom right side as well. So the Phoenixes are trying to move to intercept anything here. There is the attack. The attack actually managed to get itself in between the army and the main couple of bases that they would like to defend here. This is quite a precarious situation that you would not like to find yourself in. Alright, the Colossi and the Zealots trying to rotate around. That is still not a very big army here for Stats. Stats in a lot of trouble. BYUN here, 120 army supply strong. His Ghosts are out of energy though, so they don't have that much left to do. But he did take out the base here. Dark Shrine is on the way, maybe for a little bit longer. If Stats holds on, maybe the DTs will be able to get on top of these army units and deal a lethal dose of damage before the other units do too much as the glass cannon they are. Let's see. Alright, EMPs. EMPs landing on the left flank. Alright, reasonably well. Phoenix is making it difficult though for the engagement to actually take off. Doesn't want all his siege tanks up in the sky, of course. In comes Stats again here, trying to get the siege tanks. Playing it safe, playing it cool, but in we go. Where are the EMPs? The EMPs landing, there we go, right on top of some of the Archons and the Zealots there. Most of them getting squished, and that is just too much Terran to handle. Stats not having what he needs at the time. He's gonna lose most of his important tech structured trees, well, units. And well, the supply is still relatively close. Still relatively close. Shield batteries, they are a strong thing after all. But the Vikings have no answer. Oh, that is abysmal, isn't it? That's one of the worst things right now. Has the shield battery overcharge to keep his stuff alive. Wait for another warp-in that's available so he can get himself some stalkers. He decides to let go of that base. It's the second base that now falls at the same time. Stats here, of course, still with a Warpism as well, trying to be a threat, but so far not quite being able to find any type of success with it. Too busy warping everything in defensively, right? Makes sense because he doesn't want to die. Oh, no, he has 2 Nexus worth of probes on this base here. That could be a problem if BYUN manages to shut down this base as well. It's already a problem, really, but it could be an even bigger problem here. Alright, DTs finally will be trying to get something started here. Moving around on the right side, we have that fight we've been waiting for. The Bio coming in once again, trying to force this engagement. DT now in towards the natural base. It's on top of the reinforcements line. Let's see, this is the main fight though, of course. If this is too heavily going into one player's favor, that could mean the end of it. And you know what? It is going quite heavily into BYUN's favor. Just the siege tank power here looks too much. GG is called. Alright. Alright, stats. Not being able to take a second game here. BYUN takes the entire series.